All right, let's go ahead and bring back Beverly Hallberg, who is joining us now. Beverly, great to see you. Thank you for sticking around with us. President Trump, God knows how much he spent on his legal fees, but he's asking or thinks he's entitled to this $230 million, some of it which might go towards more renovations at the White House. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I've heard that he might give it to charity as well. There's no telling exactly how the money will be used. There is no doubt that he was unfairly targeted. All the indictments, the court cases, I have no idea how much money he spent to go through all of this. I will admit that I'm a little bit uncomfortable with this because this ultimately would be taxpayer money. And I'm not sure that's the best way to make the justice system fair for him. I need to look more into what exactly this would mean, this case itself, how the damages would be awarded. But there is no doubt that he was unfairly targeted, and it cost him millions and millions of dollars.
See, when I hear this and I read this New York Times article that talks about the fact that this money would have to be approved by Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General, things like that, it makes me wonder if it's just one of those things that they put out there just to get people at the New York Times and liberals all frothy about the potential here. I mean, we have seen other instances where President Trump has been able to get rid of settlements against him. You think about the Letitia James case, how that money was wiped off. He doesn't have to pay that back. His businesses have done very well. His crypto business and other stuff has done very well. Not like he needs the money. I think nobody would turn down $230 million, but it's like, are they really counting on this? Probably not. And if they put it out there, does it make the left freak out? Absolutely. So why not?
Yeah, there could be an aspect to this where he's just proving the case of how unfairly he's treated, and maybe he takes no money at the end of it. He's not taken a paycheck. He used a lot of his money to help the government in a lot of ways. And so, yeah, we would have to wait and see. I would hope he wouldn't take it, to be honest, because, again, it would be taxpayer money. But maybe this is something that is just to prove the statement that he was unfairly treated, and he wants the record straight on that. I'm hoping that that's what this is about.
All right, we are going to switch topics now because we are in day 2 of our coverage of Karine Jean-Pierre's very no good, bad, terrible, whatever you want to call it, book tour right now. It's apparently an eye-opener for Democrats. Now, she was moved into her position as press secretary. The left and the mainstream media banged the drum about how she was the first black LGBTQ plus secretary in that role, and now she's making sure no one forgets that she was that person. Here she is.
And for me, as a black woman, as a person who's also LGBTQ, I feel as if those communities that I am part of largely get taken for granted. And I see that today, and it is not the big tent party that I loved and enjoyed and was part of and fought for.
Doesn't she know we're not doing this anymore? Like, results matter more than identity, and identity politics is a thing of the past, Beverly?
Yeah, merit-based hiring and merit-based practices is what should be in this country and what this administration has pointed us towards, as it rightly should. I think what's fascinating, not only about her book tour, but Kamala Harris had a book tour, is that they failed miserably. Yeah. You even have reporters who are interviewing Karine Jean-Pierre, the former press secretary, saying, I thought your book was going to be honest about the cognitive decline of your former boss, President Biden. And she didn't. She has doubled down on the fact that he was completely mentally capable, hadn't lost a step, which we all know is untrue. So the fact that this wasn't some revealing book about how she had to stay quiet about his mental state and instead is doubling down means she has zero pulse on this country. And what we saw with our own eyes, it's gaslighting to a great extent. She's doing it. Kamala Harris did it. And really, you just listen to her and roll your eyes because you're hoping people will wake up to the reality of what's actually taken place.
And I also think, just to dovetail on that, she gets every prominent position in the media cycle for the left. And Kamala Harris is selling out some of these events. People are spending more than $1,000 on tickets to go see her. And I think, again, that speaks to the cognitive dissonance that so many people on the left suffer from.
Yet the Democrats are not asking Kamala Harris to go speak in these election races that we have in New Jersey or that we have in Virginia. President Obama is the one going out instead. And so I think that points to the Democrat Party even realizing that Kamala Harris is not the force that she thinks she is. But a lot of it is about money and clout. And I would say with Karine Jean-Pierre, she was one of the worst press secretaries this country has had. She was terrible at answering questions. She did not seem to be there based on merit. It seemed to be a DEI hire. Even Jen Psaki, who was the press secretary prior to her, was stellar at answering questions. I disagreed with a lot of what she said and the policies she was promoting, but she was a good communicator. I think objectively, we look at Karine Jean-Pierre and say she didn't do that administration much good as far as her ability to communicate, and is continuing to, I think, put a negative light on that administration with her book.
Insane stuff from her while she was the White House press secretary, insane stuff from her now. Beverly Hallberg, thanks for being with us today. Great to see you.
Good to see you.